This is Vinney and Beau show. Some of you might know me, Vinney Chopra, and my partner, Beau, and we come to you live at 9:30 Pacific, which is 12:30 Eastern, every Friday. Thanks for joining.
And I think, Vinney, honestly, we at some point we're going to start a affordable housing multifamily division underneath Monell Investments. I'll run the division. We'll have a nonprofit component, and we'll help.
Wow.
We could probably help this in a big way, really.
I would love that. I would love that.
Yeah.
It's been an exciting week. I hope it's been for you also. Beau, you have some questions, but yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got a lot of questions.
How are you, brother?
Good. Good to see you, Vinney. Good to see you, Beau.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. We are so privileged to have you.
Hey, Vinney, real quick.
Yeah, bud.
All right, I'll bet you sushi that you don't know what does SAS stand for?
Hi there, everybody joining us, watching us. We are live in 7 channels actually today, in the YouTube, in LinkedIn, in Facebook groups and Facebook. Thanks again for liking the show. Please give comments, share, and we are here for a very big show today. Well, hello, and hello. Good morning, America. This is the Vinney and Beau show. We come live to you. I've been doing it for about a couple of years, and we're going to do it forever because we love this show. I hope you love it too. We like to come live at 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30, the lunchtime on the East Coast, kind of grab everybody by the boots, and we talk about real estate, about syndication, about commercial real estate, and all ups and downs of economy and loan. Brother Beau is a specialist in the USA about commercial loans, and he's done so many great things. For me, actually, he closed a 15-day close for $8.5 million loan. 15-day close on a multifamily. People traveled that evening after meeting me in Black Hawk Plaza. I remember to Atlanta, Georgia, and gave me $8.5 million loan. This is the guy. So I am so privileged today to have a great friend of ours. As you saw in the intro, we get great speakers come in. Oleg Artishuk is in the house. He's right here from California, from the Sacramento area, and got lots of real estate experience, development experience. I mean, we're going to get into his superpowers, his 5 superpowers. And I'm so privileged, Oleg, because you joined my academy. I mean, you were a great star before that, brother. And then we did the course together in the 6 people, I think, Dylan Marma. I'm trying to remember Sapan Talati, yourself, and so many great people. And 2 people from New York. I remember them. Yes. And we had so much fun. So welcome, brother. How are you?
Thank you for having me. Good. I appreciate you guys having me on.
Oh, wonderful. Tell us, our audience, as a matter of fact, anybody watching us, we come live to you in several channels. Please tell us our name. We would love to chat with you in the chat. Tell us where you're from, and, we'll be able to answer your questions because this show is for you. So, Oleg, tell us your humble beginnings and how you got into real estate, brother. And then we'll get into your superpowers, what you have done, and all that. Yeah.
So I've been in various aspects of real estate for the last 16 years. I got into real estate. I started as a loan officer back in 2000 and I want to say 14. And, that lasted about 2004 to 2009. So about 5 years being a loan officer. I owned a mortgage company.
Oh, wow.
I grew that company to about 75 employees.
Wow.
So we were killing it at the peak of the market. And then, the financial crash happened. And kind of scratched my head and thought, man, what am I going to do next? Because the whole market had changed. And I got into flipping houses 2012 to 2014, flipped a handful of houses. And then from there, I progressed to new construction of single family homes, custom homes, one-off homes, and again, from there progressed to doing a subdivision, and then just multiple strips of homes, and mainly focusing on infill development here in Midtown, downtown Sacramento. And now I'm doing multifamily development. So yeah, it's been a fun journey. It's been a long journey. When it's fun, it doesn't seem that long, but when you look back, it's like, man, 10 years, 11 years of development. Where's the time gone?
When you're having fun, you know,
Yes.
I mean, I tell everybody, you know, you got to enjoy what you're doing, W2 job or whatever it is. You know, you got to have that, you know, the extra time we always have. We have so much extra time. We want to really be having fun. And if you're not having fun at the W2 job, leave it. Leave it. I know many times we are shackled. We are chained actually, you know, to this 9 to 5 job, and that really hinders us to achieve our full potential. Is
Yeah.
that right, Beau, bro?
Yeah, for sure. I'm curious on like the Sacramento market has been extremely hot, like a lot of California. And now we're finally seeing this cool down because of the rates doubling from 3 to 6 essentially. You know, of course, I think they needed to do this. They needed to do this probably a while ago in phases as opposed to all at one big shot. I think it would have been a little bit more gradual. How do you think Sacramento is going to fare? I mean, is it still shortage of inventory? Are you seeing inventory creep up now? And is your model now more build to rent versus build to sell?
Yeah. So I'm trying not to sell anything that I build anymore. I got a taste. So when I built my subdivision, I ended up keeping almost half of those homes to rent. And at one point I had 11 rentals, and I absolutely enjoyed the process of renting new construction. I had zero maintenance, zero calls. It was like on autopilot. And that is a story that is an opposite story of what I often hear landlords going through when they buy an old home that they fix up and rent. And so I really enjoyed that process. And so after having those 11 homes for a 3-year period, I actually ended up selling the last one here in February, which was the peak. And currently I have a handful. So I have a 21 unit that's in development, Midtown as well. It's a mixed use. I've got 2,000 square feet of retail on the first floor, and then second and third floor, we got 21 units. I've got a fourplex that's almost done being constructed. So I'm really looking forward to these. I think being the fact that they're brand new, it's just, you know, a big portion, in my opinion, a big portion of the headache of being a real estate investor landlord is getting those calls, issues, sewer, you know, it's like flooding. But when you've got that new construction, you just, it's like a new car, right?
It is. It really is. Yes. Oh, like, you know, so true. It's a little bit scratchy, the voice. I was wondering, we could look at your end or our end. You know, it was, but you're right. No, like, I know over the years, I know we haven't talked for 3 years. I've gone into full ground up construction myself, also developing senior assisted living from ground up. As you know, 10,000 baby boomers are turning 65 every night in USA. So there is so much needs for the housing for seniors, you know, where they're in the 70s and 75 and 80 and 90 in the assisted living level. So I know what you're saying. 2022 model, 2023 model of the Jaguar and the Mercedes and everything won't have that much maintenance needed, right?
I think anytime you own real estate, though, I mean, I like what Oleg's saying is like you're gonna like not have maintenance, which is a huge issue if you're buying old stock. You know, whether it's single family homes or duplexes, fourplexes, or large multifamily. You build ground up, and you know you're not going to deal with that issue. I think there's always issues in real estate, no matter what.
Yeah.
And you just got to learn how to like not affect you. Like I bought this small property in Pennsylvania, and one of the tenants, it was a fourplex, and she paid her first in security, and then she stopped paying rent like off the bat, and she made all these excuses. It's like quickly had to evict her. What a pain, right? Like, and you never know. She checked out on paper, but that's the kind of stuff we have to deal with. Luckily, I think outsourcing that to reliable people to handle all that, and then I want to get to the point where I don't have to think about any of those items anymore. That's the ultimate goal, right? That's why people invest in syndication sometimes, because I think if you have a boat, once I have a boat of cash, I think I just invest in syndications as LP and do what I want all day.
It's hands-free. It's really hands-free. You're so right, Beau. I mean, we're giving 1.6 to 1.9 multiples in 3 years. In 3 years. I mean, who can get that? Again, I'm not selling any security to anybody. I want to let you all know. But the thing is, the syndication is the world that has rocked everybody's world. Syndication, like-minded people to bring them together, to pool the money together, to buy anything you want in life. Literally. It could be ships, it could be planes, it could be businesses, it could be real estate. That's what I'm finding. My new book will be Syndication Has Changed My World. It will change everybody's world.
That's a good book. Oleg, are you there? Let's see if his sound is better.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, guys.
Oh, yeah. Hey, brother.
Yeah.
Syndication will rock your world. That's my new book. And I'm going to take the same principles that I wrote in this seller, along with more other ideas of positivity, which is my other book. Vinney's always selling, right? Hey, you got to be. If you're not selling,
ABC always be closing.
World. I know. ABC is of closing, brother. Look at that face right there. So I'm going to combine the two together into these two books and then come up with the third one.
All right, let's dive back into Sacramento. Oleg,
Yes.
You've been in the real estate game a while. You saw the downturn. There's all these doom and gloom people, and then there's other people and then there's Dave Ramsey is actually bullish on real estate right now. So it's interesting to see all the conflicts out there. So what's your take after somebody that's been around not just 3 years like a lot of these real estate investors? What's your take on what's going to happen over the next 12 to 24 months?
Yeah, again, it's just my opinion. I know,
Oh, looks like Lil Rocky freezing.
Good old internet.
Good old. Let's play some music. Beau, we need to have some music going, brother.
Yeah.
Anyway, no. We'll get him back. Sorry about that, everybody. But, please chat with us. If you don't mind, we are here to answer your questions. And, we would love to have you ask us questions and so on. The same episode live goes every Friday at 9:30 Pacific. Please go ahead and, put a reminder and everything. We are into YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook pages, Facebook accounts, everywhere, Instagram. So the key thing is, we try to find what are the best ways for financial freedom. Something I want to talk about, Beau, if it's okay, brother. Yeah. I raised about $12 million in few days for my hotels portfolio. I just raised $10 million for my Houston property I just bought. I got 4 Houston properties yesterday off market. A-class, 4 A-class off market. And I'm already looking at that one with my partner. She's going to finance the whole thing. But the thing is,
are those multifamily?
Multifamily, brother. Multifamily. Houston is rocking right now. I know. Dallas is rocking, but it's oversold, overbuilt. All these things prices have gone way up, right? 200, 225 a door, 300,000 a door. I'm going to get 2019 and 21 built for much less price in Houston. And that's the key of the game. You got to really be where things are making sense for you, right? I think our guest will be back soon. But the big thing is, one thing I want to tell everybody about what I've come to revelation about limited partners, when they put money in hotels, the losses of the hotel investment count as active income. What? Even though these are limited partners, but the losses due to cost segregation, bonus depreciation, they show up as active losses, so people can bat it against their W-2 income, their bonuses, their other earnings. If they are entrepreneurs, I mean, people are just flocking. They say, Vinny, put me down, for a million or half a million or whatever, right? Because hotels will save them ton of taxes. Second thing also, Bo, is that in hotels, the cost segregation is way higher, brother, because the all the equipment, all the beds and knobs and everything in hotels are depreciated at a bonus schedule, 100% depreciation this year, 2022. Anyway,
Yeah,
good
no,
talking
I'm
back.
curious,
Yeah.
Vinny. Like, I want to get a CPA on because, all right, like
Yes, let's do
they
it.
they talk about. This is my question. They talk about on short-term rentals. If you're not considered a real estate professional,
Yeah.
there's a loophole that if you materially participate in running your short-term rental, you can cost seg and you can write off against your W-2 or your earned income. And I'm curious on what you were saying, that even if you're an LP in hospitality, because it's a business that you
It's a
can write
daily
off against.
business. It's a daily business. Let me share that. I have had meetings with my three attorneys. Three. I'm not a CPA. I'm not an attorney, by the way. I want to say that right away. But the thing is, what is happening is, Bo, it's a ADR, average daily rate, counting of the money every day and looking at the reports every day. So that's why hotels are very different than short-term rentals.
Because it's a business. It's a business.
It's a
If that's
business.
if that's really like, if I'm going to verify with I want a CPA that understands this, because that
Yes.
is in my mind is a game changer, because
Game changer.
like the guys and gals out there that are W-2'd making 500 to a million bucks a year have no write-offs. They should just invest in a good in a hotel just for the cost seg.
Cost segregation.
You
And
know,
I know some people who are in the Silicon Valley making $2 million W-2, paying zero taxes.
it's a beautiful thing. All right, we got Oleg back. Oleg.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So you were about to kind of get
Sacramento.
into what you thought about Sacramento.
Yeah. Well, Sacramento's obviously it's unique because we've got, we're between the Bay Area, we're between Tahoe, Reno. We're kind of like in between. Where Highway 80 goes right through us, right? So we're sort of like through this artery where a lot of traffic goes through, and we're kind of central as well. As far as the housing market, I mean, we've already seen housing soften. I would say it's not being consumed at the same vicious hunger that it was consumed with before, where it was getting to the point where I was hearing about houses selling for 40, 50, 60 grand, 10%, 15% over ask. And it was like becoming normal. My buddy sold a house for $1.2 million over ask. That was a 30% over ask to a Bay Area buyer, all cash. So you hear all these stories and it's like, that's not normal. So now what we're seeing is like 47% of the homes that are hitting the market are doing price reductions. So where before you didn't even hear about that. And then we've got, buyers who are aware of the market and are no longer willing to overpay because they know that things are shifting and the winds are maybe in their favor now. So as far as what's going to happen, I do think that the market will slow down significantly more in the next 6 months to 18 months. One thing that no one's talking about is that Main Street is usually 6 months to 12 months behind Wall Street. We haven't even heard about the layoffs.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, actually, I just recently saw that Mark Zuckerberg told Facebook staff that they are going to be laying people off. Like this
Mhm.
may be one of the worst downturns for the tech industry
Mhm.
in recent history. So, Tesla's they
Laying
said
off.
they were going to lay people off. So we're not even experiencing the layoffs yet. Just
Yeah.
wait until that happens, and then we'll really see what'll transpire in the real estate market.
Oleg, you are so right, brother. It's been seller's market for the last 5 years, definitely 5 years, 4 to 5 years. I mean, everybody was bidding, overbidding, paying over, hard money, cash. I bought properties, $1 million hard money, $1 million hard money, day one, at signing of the contract. If I don't close, I lose $1 million. I just got 4 million from a buyer. Hold on, I'm selling the property in Austin for 63 million and they paid me 4 million hard money already. So it's not going to stay there at all, guys. Everybody listening to us, this is the opportunity of lifetime. I'm telling you, if you are not into real estate before, now is the time. It's going to be buyer's market. Mark my word, in the next 6 to 18 months will be great opportunities coming like that, just like 2008 and 9. 2008 and 9, different factors,
Yeah.
everything will be there, but you got to look at the nuggets. You got to look at, underwrite it well, like I teach and everything, and say the assumptions have to be correct. Interest rate is not that high. People are floundering. They're saying, oh my gosh, it's going to, we bought at 7% interest rate before. We just got too spoiled at getting interest rate of 2.82%. I got my Freddie loan at 2.82%, which my buyer is assuming right now. That's why they gave me $4 million hard money, because they know interest rate is 6% now.
That'll
So
be a
it's the
nice.
highest market coming, and the cap rates are going to go up and the values are going to come down. This is the lifetime opportunity. You
And
bet.
that's the best
So
time
let's
to buy,
start.
right?
What's that?
Best time to buy when interest
It's
rates
true.
are up, cap
Totally.
rates are up, values are
Totally.
down.
Totally.
Eventually, the Fed will want to stimulate the economy again. Rates will come back down,
Yep,
and it's going to
yep.
be like pouring gasoline on a fire.
Yeah. Yeah. I think they're doing all these increase in interest rates because of inflation. Look at gas is $7 right outside my door over here in the Bay Area. San Francisco, it's $7.50. Wow. I had a meeting with the president of a bank today from Florida in the morning, and he said it's $4.25 in Florida. 425 to 725 in the same country. Look at this. It's gouging. I don't know who is my friend on the thing. You got to lower these things.
Yeah, it's we're in crazy times, and
Crazy, crazy.
I think times like this, and I think we've all been around. Oleg's been around. I
Yes.
mean, Oleg's got in the business at a very young age, and I remember talking to you when I first met you years back, and you were one of those guys that were like just rolling hard in the mortgage business. You had a
Yep.
huge staff. You're crushing it, making millions of dollars, and you got your butt handed to you. I mean, like amongst many of us, like,
Yeah.
I mean, I think the thing about real estate is that you have to be resilient, because when a market cycles, we've been through it. We know what's going to come, and we know that we need to be positioned. We also need to still be opportune. Like Vinney is always looking for deals. He knows what's coming. He says, but there's still opportunities.
Yes.
The deal he just bought a property for 63 million, a
In Houston,
multifamily,
last Thursday, brother.
and they
Last
negotiated the price down, what, like $2 million?
2 million in 1 hour. In 1 hour, I mean, what was that? Arbor gave me loan, and they reduced the loan amount a day before closing by 1.5 million. We talked to the seller. He reduced the price by 2 million. He knew he will not get more than that. We were the right people to close on it. We closed it on Thursday, right there.
Nice.
Then the hotel portfolio. I'm buying this hotel, 5 million they put into it. The bank put 5 million in renovations, and I'm buying for 13.5 million. My cost is $8 million for this hotel without any dust. because they did the dust part last 3 years.
Yeah. How did you source that one?
Huh?
How did you source
How did you
that
find
one?
it?
How did you find it? Because we are having sale of one hotel in the same town. We bought Hilton Garden Inn for 6 million, selling for 12 million right now. So same management company brought this hotel to us.
Awesome.
So it's really great to deal with the great management companies. They manage, I think, 95 hotels. And they said, Vinney and my partners, look at this hotel. So we went there. We've been looking at it for 7 months, by the way, but now we were right time, right place. And it's got 5 million revenues. What? A year. 5 million revenues, brother. And I'm paying 13.5.
That's pretty good.
Very
I
nice.
think what Vin, circling back on your question, Oleg, how he finds it, I think what Vinny does really well is that he's had a lot of success. So now other people understand that Vinny's great at raising capital,
right?
Yeah, and so they'll bring deals to him to partner on, right? And so, and like in anything, if you're a house flipper and you close on what you say you're going to close on, people start bringing you deals. They go, "Oh, I'm going to wholesale this deal to Oleg because he does what he says." And then so like Vinny's done that same thing in the multifamily, the now hospitality, and so people that are operators are like, well, if I partner with Vinny, Vinny's got trusted and true, investors. So it's not like Vinny recreates the wheel. I think he's done a really good job of finding the right partners on deals.
I
And so
appreciate that, Beau.
yeah, I take that.
I texted only 7 brokers, the top presidents in Houston, because I just bought $63 million deal last Thursday. Friday, I sent out a text. Hey, Vinny's back. I own 11 complexes, right? In the last 5-6 years over there, sold them all. This is my 12th one I just bought. Now they're sending me A-class properties because I can raise millions of dollars in hours. So I got 4 deals, A-class, off-market deals from a president of a brokerage house there. Just yesterday. So I'm very, very pleased about it. And I'm going to buy them. I can raise money like this. But sorry about that. The reason is also network. You got to reach out in your network. You got to. Because unless you really ask for it, you never get.
It's true.
I got 4 A-class buildings yesterday. 4 off market.
I just was telling Vinny, I was talking to somebody yesterday and he has a startup business. And I was telling Vinny, hey, I want to invest in this. Vinny, you need to take a look. Vinny goes, okay, let's call the guy at 3:00 today.
Today. So, we want to meet today, brother. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's ready to look at stuff and he doesn't sleep on anything. Like sometimes I'm a little like if there's an opportunity, he's going to jump on it and he's going to say, and quickly he's going to say, I've talked to him about stuff and he'll quickly say no or yes. Right. Like he doesn't waste time like some people. So Oleg, I want to talk about now, like, so I always kind of I'm watching you on social media and stuff. And whenever I talk to you, you're really into personal development and what does that look like? What kind of, what has been the best resources for you? Because, real estate development is probably one of the hardest businesses to be in. I mean, just with prices of cost, with contractors, with dealing with permits and stuff, you deal with a lot of stress. How do you kind of, put it all together and move the needle every day? What's your motivation and your development look like?
So yeah, absolutely. So the development game is definitely stressful. I think anytime you're dealing with contractors, subcontractors, timetables, schedules, municipalities, it's just, it's beyond stressful. Something that I do that I recently started doing is I've been setting my alarm earlier and earlier to start my day earlier. There's something about waking up in the morning and just feeling that cool, crisp air and going on a nice walk. And so that's what we do. We wake up earlier than ever now. 6:30. My wife and I go on a 45-minute walk and just get the blood pumping. I know it works. Obviously fitness, working out, That's always been a good de-stressor for me. But I feel like planning definitely reduces a lot of stress. If you don't plan, every event that's going to happen is going to be sort of something that hits you from the side because you're not planning for it, and it'll be unexpected. And those are the type of those are the type of things that they bring on stress. So I try to avoid those by planning, by planning for the unforeseen, by planning for the unknown, and planning for the known. So
What? Sorry, cut you off. But
yeah.
what? The next question I was going to ask you is, what other food groups, asset classes, are you interested in besides real estate, or a different type of real estate, or are you just focus strictly on kind of infill multifamily deals?
Yeah, so I'm very well versed in infill multi. I understand it. I'm my strength, because I've done so many of these. I can look at a deal and, without breaking out a calculator, really tell you if it's going to be a deal or not.
Wow.
My go-to method is just calculating price per foot right off the bat. Like, if I know what the area is trading price per foot, and because I'm already a builder in the area, I know what it costs to build. So it's literally a 1 minute calculation. I'm like, okay, well, that's not going to pan out. What I'm looking at is, I'm looking at industrial right now. There's a recent report that came out that showed that online sales are still only 17% of all retail sales in the US. So I feel like 17%.
Wow.
There's room for growth there. And if the idea is, if online sales are going to continue to grow, then those are businesses that need industrial. And I think that is a market. Obviously, there's a market that appreciated a lot over the last couple of years, but it's something that I'm looking at daily. I don't think I'm ready to buy anything in the industrial space until there is somewhat of a reset. And I think retail is also something that I'm interested in. But for now, my focus is residential. People always need a place to live. People always need a place to sleep, whether the economy is good or bad. And so, and that's a fairly easy business to run.
Awesome. Awesome. Oleg, any book you're reading, brother, that you want to tell the audience and all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm reading a book called "Thou Shall Prosper"
Oh, wow.
by Rabbi Lapin. So it's it's a 350-page book where he lays out the success principles of the Torah, the First Testament. So I've read so many business books, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to see what the Torah, what the First Testament says about success, business, and that kind of thing. So that's what I'm doing right now.
Nice. I know. I definitely want to see, about the miracle morning. Thank you. So sorry, bro. Because the key thing is, when you get up early in the morning and you get, like you said, you're walking is so important, and really giving gratitude to the people around us and who we are and how we're going to be prospering that day. Today's the day. Now is the time, like we say. But Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod is a great book. Miracle Morning, Miracle Equation, like that. But no, thank you so much for joining us. Beau, go ahead, bro.
Oh, I was just going to say, Oleg's rolling out a podcast too. I'm going to be a guest here in the next week or so, and I'm sure Vinney wants to be on the show.
Sure, I want to be, brother. Everywhere you just call, I'm there for you. Yeah.
I haven't published yet. I'm going to be doing a month of traveling to Europe. So I want to record 10 to 15 episodes and then start publishing. That way I don't have that pressure of recording. But yeah, I got to have both of you guys on. Vinney, when I met you 5-6 years ago,
yes,
you had a lot of energy. You have more energy right now, and you're 5-6 years older. What is the trick? What do you drink? What are you doing?
It's happy life, happy wife, happy life, right?
It's
So
like Benjamin Button. You're living
I've
in
been married 42 years this year. I'll be 70 this August, 27th of this August. I'll be 70 years of age. And I'm 7. Today I texted somebody. I said, I feel like I'm 7 years, 7007. And my mind is like 21 or 14, whatever, because I enjoy every moment, every moment. It's not work. I can work 19 hours today 19 hours, still I'll be this positive and excited at the end of the day. But the key
And
thing is,
love it.
just the focus. You got to love what you're doing. See, I speak all day long. I have meetings and this and that, Zoom meetings, and talking to my teams and motivating them and all. But at the end of the day, I just feel like I accomplished a little bit. And next day and next day and next day, and have fun. We just came from Iceland. We had just made plans for 3 weeks of vacation into Morocco and the whole over there. So 5 vacations a year is my goal, and running 9 companies at the same time. CEO of 9 companies. Yeah.
And yeah, Oleg, I think you're going to get a lot. Like ever since I started doing heavy podcasting, it's very rewarding.
Yeah.
I meet people. I don't sometimes I don't even know who's going to be on my show because I have my VAs scheduling. And yesterday I interviewed this lady from New York, and I was actually a little intimidated because she's been featured on CNBS, all these big things. She is a CEO of one of the largest privately owned residential mortgage companies. They have 50 offices, 2,300 agents. And she gets on and she's like a New Yorker with the accent, but absolutely, like I was just like connected with her. You get to connect with people all over, and what an inspiring person she is, and she's like gives back to she's not just like about the money, she's about like society. She's like, and so just the wisdom you get from interviewing people is man, it's like, on top of the books I listen to, it's just so freaking rewarding. I mean, not even from a financial, I mean, I get business from my podcast, but the real treat is to like get somebody on that you would have never talked to. And you're like talking to somebody that's maybe ultra successful or they have a great story. And that's super rewarding. So I think you'll really enjoy it.
I've recorded a handful of episodes, and I am enjoying it more than I thought I would. Talking to people about what you're passionate about, real estate investing, business. It's such an easy conversation to have, and an hour goes by, and I'm like, wow, we got to get off. We got to get off already. So yeah, it's awesome.
So what's the name of your podcast, bro? Let's promote it. It's going to be launching. What's the name?
Yeah, the podcast is called Blossom Capital.
Oh, I love it. Love it.
And it's to blossom your capital, your money capital, your personal capital, and your development capital. So Blossom Capital, look for it. We've interviewed some heavy hitters in the multifamily space. We've interviewed entrepreneurs, and just gonna keep on going until
that's good, bud. Just
send
send your Calendly invite to Beau and I, and we'll be there. You can record before you leave for Europe for the whole week, and have safe travels. And hey, how can people reach you? Or I know we have your name. Yeah,
you can find me on Instagram, Oleg.Artishuk.
Okay.
And Facebook, Oleg Artishuk. And Twitter, Oleg Artishuk.
I love it. Love it, brother. Thank you for taking the time to be with us. Everybody joining us, thank you again for your time. Please chat with us. Look forward to seeing you next Friday at 9:30 Pacific, 12:30 Eastern. Beau, thank you. Any last comments, bro?
All I was going to say is we have a guest. I actually interviewed him for my podcast, and he didn't know that we did a show together. He goes, "Wait, you do a podcast with Vinney Chopra?" He said, "I'd love to be a guest." I said, "Okay, next Friday." We don't have a guest, and so he's got a great story. He's originally from Jamaica, which is a pretty poor country. He used to go to school. He used to go to school with no shoes on, barefoot.
Oh my gosh! Like me. I used to go in a tent when the rain will come. The whole tent will get wet. We had to go home.
It's crazy, but that'll be a great show too, because now
Yes.
he's been in the Marine Corps for 23 years and got into multifamily investing, and he's just a very positive person. So it'd be another great
Love
guest.
it. Love it. Love it. Thank you, bro.
Awesome.
And everybody, thank you. See you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys. See you later. Yep.
So happy to be on your show finally.
I'm a long time fan and I watch all your guys' content.
It's awesome. We're very, very, very invested in our community.
It's wonderful to be here.
This is Vinney Chopra and also my good buddy, Oleg Artishuk. And we are so happy.
It's amazing what's going to happen. So, we amped up to do the show, and we got a lot of hype about the guest today, so I'm excited.
Oh, I know. So excited to come live to you all. Live 9:30 every Friday. How to take your business to the next level.